Nice to meet you.
Do I shake your hand too?
Long time no see.
Hello and welcome. As you may know, in Fresno, there are a majority of small businesses that do not get the light and emphasis they deserve. This is why here at The Haven, we strive to give these businesses a space where they can not only advertise their hard work, but help the businesses around them. Hello, my name is Titus. I am the CEO of The Haven.
I'm Mason. I'm the CFO of The Haven.
I'm Rafael, I'm the Secretary of The Haven.
I'm Alyssa, I'm the CMO.
I'm Justin, I'm the CTO. Now, the problem we here in The Haven are trying to face is the fact that small businesses in the Fresno Valley just don't get the proper exposure that they need.
The way we want to combat this issue is by offering a space where businesses can join together, work together as teams, and in this space, we could also allow for customers to walk in and out and just create a very diverse space and community-oriented. And the way that this actually distinguishes us is, of course, our community aspect. It's going to be very diverse. We're going to have a huge, we're going to have a lot of people coming in and out, as well as shopping around, looking around the shops. This also ties into our convenience. Our shop is going to be built in an area where it's not difficult or hard for the people of Fresno to come and visit us, as well as our convenience as well. It's going to be a very convenient space, and our reach and range is going to mask around our space.
For our customer segment, this is Sunny Sabina, and she is 26 years old. She owns a sole business based on crocheting, and she wants to find ways to grow it. For our competitive analysis, as you can see here, Art Hop only has a focus on small businesses. The Pacific Southwest building is inclusive to all businesses and also does keep small businesses in mind. But our business is inclusive, focused, and open to non-business owners daily. So for our MVP recap, on our ad, we got 13,000 views and 183 website clicks.
The way we would gain our customers is through our advertisements and our word of mouth. We would keep our customers with the services that we offer them and the events that we also host as well. And we grow our customers with the advertisements that we will host for them, and we will help them grow as well.
Now onto marketing. So for our marketing plan, step 1, we see a business owner struggling, trying to find a place to run their business. Step 2, a voice calls from above, offering that space that they need. Step 3 is explaining what our business can do for you. This is our mentor, Angel Morales. He is a sales manager at PC Solutions and focusing on tech sales. He's been working there for over 20 years, and he's also a founder of a Los Angeles entertainment company.
And now we get to our financials. So our prices would be $1,250 a month for our cheapest plan, which would get you in the door as well as a low tier of ad running. Our middle tier plan would be $1,500 a month, which would offer you the same space but offer you better advertisements. And then our most expensive plan for $1,750 a month would offer you a more premium space, which would include being closer to the door or having more area in your space, as well as even better advertisements. Our market sizing, our total addressable market is 13,615 small businesses, which would generate us a revenue of $204.6 million. Our service addressable market, which is the Central Valley, has 5,446 small businesses, which would generate us a revenue of $81.6 million. And our market share and our first year revenue is $516,000, and our market share is 0.42%. And here's our startup costs. Our startup costs are $242,000, which would be mostly towards our development costs, with a good amount coming with property costs and renovating our building. And then we have small marketing costs for when we're first starting getting advertisements to get people to come for us. And then our service general and administrative costs would be 58.4%, and our salaries would be 35.8%, as well as marketing and bug fixes for our website and our clients would be 5.7%. And our capital ask, we're asking $250,000 for 25% of our business.
Now these are our key metrics, which define what we think makes our success, which is our ad clicks, our product sales, our landing page interactions, and our social media growth.
And this is our 3-year plan. This is year 1. Year 1, we would like to advertise our business so we can get it more out there and have people come to our business and get our product. We also want to grow our customer base so we can have more people coming in and out of our business. Year 2, we want to hopefully expand our workforce so we can focus on other aspects of our business, as well as continuing to advertise so we can grow our customer base even more. Year 3, we want to continue growing our business to its fullest extent, while also continuing to grow our customer base, as much as we can. Now that you know who we are and what we want to do and who we want to be, we want you to join us on our journey to help the small businesses of the Central Valley become something prosperous and great. Thank you.
Your presentation looks amazing. The branding is great. It does feel like a warm and comforting place to be a part of. As far as the brand is concerned, I have a few questions. You didn't show anything, so there was no ads that you could see. There were no visuals. You had AI create some visuals of happy people working together in space, and you didn't show even like a floor plan of what space looks like. So, I think what does the space look like? And I guess describe your building. Like, what does your dream building look like? How many spaces are there? And what do those spaces look like? Because we couldn't see anything, we could describe those, but I think it would help all of us.
I see your ad on your Instagram. It's great. It would have probably answered a lot of those questions.
So, can you describe it?
So our building, we built a prototype on Tinkercad. As of right now, it's just a long stretch building where it will have around 22 spaces, which is our around maximum capacity since we are a smaller business. Our ad, it shows exactly what was in the market plan. A voice from above calls you to come to this business and network with your people, stuff like that.
For $1,700 a month, how much space do I get? How many square feet? Like, how big?
If I remember correctly, the space that you'd get around 750 square feet.
You guys, you showed me your mentor, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys actually have a mentor. Okay. Who are your competitors?
So we have Art Hop and the Pacific Southwest building.
All right. I think you guys have to do a little bit more research into the type of business you want to start. I don't think your mentor is guiding you well, and I'm thinking you guys may not really understand it. That you have some other competitors. Art Hop is not a building or a place where people work together and lease office space. Pacific Southwest building is like a lot of other builders where you just kind of rent an office. I think there's a little bit more to learn there. In order for you guys to really make some of these numbers and figures work, I think the idea is amazing. Because there was a company that was here that was doing something very, very similar. And people paid a monthly membership to use an open space plus unique individual spaces. I think I might even want to try to connect you guys with someone else who can kind of help you in that area. I think the idea is great. I think there's some stuff missing, but the idea is great.
First of all, you guys are super articulate. You guys are projecting your voices really confidently, so I appreciate that. It's believable. Like, it makes me want, to lean in and listen. Presentation's clean. Branding's is really well done. In terms of that voice from above, you might want to rethink that because people might think, well, I haven't heard it yet. He's not telling me, who is the voice from above. So to Damon's point, yes, I was thinking the same thing, like, oh, they need to see Damon's face. They need to come and see what else that is. This is a great concept because, you could be pitching this to the rest of your classmates who, might ultimately need a space someday. I wrote down too, in terms of like the different options for the 3 payment plans. Yes, to break down to the point, I think it was Damon or Andre that asked about the square footage. Like, what do you get? What's the difference between, in those spaces? What kind of concierge service do I get? Do I get additional ad or, snacks or what do I get with that top dollar figure? But overall concept's great. Yes, please.
Oh, sorry. To answer that, I would say we're still working out some more additional bonuses. But for our top tier advertisements, we want to spend more of the allocated money that you give us towards advertisements. So it would be like that with all of the plans. Our lower tier, we would probably allocate $100 less than our medium tier. And then our higher tier, we'd probably allocate around $300 more towards advertisements per month that you give us. And then on top of that, we would also like to offer the premium spaces. Like I said, they'd be closer to the entrances or the exits, so that way you have more people coming through. And then on top of that, we were thinking of different benefits, like more hours available at night, or having, or even maybe we were thinking about having people on our website, or having, it's just, there's a lot of ideas that are going through our heads right now about it, and we're still working out, trying to get more benefits for the people. But for now, it's mostly just advertisements and space that we're working on until we can get it thoroughly planned out.
What do you mean by advertisements?
We want to run their ads for them. Like, we want to post their ads in different places or online, even.
Okay. I might just caution with, it sounds like there's almost like 2 aspects to your business. One is it's real estate. It's a physical space for people to go. And that in and of itself is what interested me from the very beginning. Like, oh, the Haven, it sounds great. You start talking about it, I'm like, oh, it's a co-work space. And then I'm waiting for what's that extra thing that makes it really cool? But my head is going, I'm still thinking in this physical space. And so adding on the advertisements as another layer is potentially a barrier for people who may not need the advertising side of it. And it's just another thing to manage, another set of services. So I think just with all the ideas running through your head, getting clear of what is the thing that's going to make people want to have space at the Haven and make it set apart from other co-work spaces.
Thank you.
But I really like the concept. It's a very cool concept.
I'll echo their sentiments. I think the design is very well done, very intriguing, kind of drew me in immediately. You guys did a very good job in terms of presenting yourselves and ensuring that there was a level of professionalism that was associated with your presentation. Couple points. One, how did you all land on the price point?
So, at first we had lower price points, but we realized that this wouldn't be sustainable for us as a business. So we started trying to trickle higher and higher. comparing different prices between our competitors, and we also tried to make it so like it would be close to each other, so they'd want to buy the higher tiers, stuff like that. Mason will take over.
If I may add on, we wanted lowish prices because we didn't want to price out some small businesses. We wanted to be truly inclusive, which includes not making the most amount of profit up front, because if we can retain more and more businesses, it'll help us in the long run, as well as having lower prices means that we can host more people and expand if we need to. And then the pricing scheme, like he said, it was raised differently, so the medium and the high tier plans are only $250 apart, and you got a lot more, so that way we'd earn more money because people would be like, oh, I like how the more expensive plans get a lot for the small increase in price, I'll buy it.
Yeah, so I would say a couple things. One, you guys kind of were alluding to it. Competitive benchmarking is one of the best ways to ensure that your price points are where they need to be. But in addition to that, I don't know, I haven't seen the layout, but are all the spaces the same size?
No.
So you can adjust price points based upon the size of the spaces, and if you want to make your prices available to those small business owners, maybe, those smaller spaces might be more attractive or appealing.
So you're saying maybe be more dynamic about the pricing and the space size?
So the other thing I was going to say is you all presented, if I'm remembering it correctly, like year-over-year plans. Could you go to those slides? The 3-year plan? Yeah, the 3-year. One of the things with presentations, particularly when you're trying to seek an investment, is you want to make sure every slide matters and counts. And these 3-year plans are very ambiguous. They're not very clear. It's kind of, I could take it or leave it because it's not really saying a whole lot, if I'm being honest. So you want to make sure that whatever it is you're communicating, particularly when you used to call it a plan, like if this is going to be your plan in year 3, it needs to actually be something very specific and tangible, right? Something that makes a lot of sense, that kind of drives your business forward. Some of this could be in year, 1, 2, 3, 7. It just needs to be something a little bit more intentional that you add that makes it worth showing at this point, right? Otherwise, you could have spent more time on some of the other components of your presentation. So just be thinking about that too when you're trying to seek funding, okay? But otherwise, you guys did really good.
I love your guys' enthusiasm. Would have loved to see, like David said, a 3D model of the workspace, some type of graphic to show you guys' floor plans. I don't know if you guys mentioned this. I know you guys gave like downtown examples. Is that where you guys were wanting to be located at?
Yes. That's where like most foot traffic goes, and we're hoping to get like a space where we can design our front building to make it more appealing to the eye, so people would come out and see it.
Okay. Just as some advice, I would look into Sun Stereo Warehouse. They have something similar where there is businesses located in there, and then there's office space on the top. They actually just opened up what they call its little sister, and so I believe Dad's Cookies. I'm gonna be under Dad's Cookies. Dad's Cookies and a couple of other small businesses are moving into there, and then they have obviously Toyota across the street, Waterman. So that part's already there's a lot of foot traffic going on through there. So yeah, I agree. I feel like downtown would be the best. But Sun Stereo Warehouse, that is like literally like kind of like the same exact thing as everything. So I was really looking into that. We could they're bringing with it. Actually, I can connect to it. Yeah.
Well, maybe to just follow up on that, Morgan actually works in this building.
You
right?
do?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And actually, Morgan's boss, Jamin Brazil, he would actually be a great mentor for you guys, I think. Right? Because he basically kind of created what you guys are talking about, and I'm sure he would have a ton of insights for you to well, personally, I think this is a fantastic idea, right? I think particularly like bringing people together, that we need more of that. The question is kind of like, if it's 1,250 was the lowest tier, right? My intuitive reaction is like that's kind of expensive for a startup, right? And maybe think about, is there a really cheap version just to get people in there, right? If you think about how cities grow, right? Typically, when you go like to New York, right? The coolest parts of the town, there's a lot of art and a lot of dynamism. Used to pretty often be the cheaper parts of town where people could live or where young people could go, right? So maybe that's something to think about. Is, hey, how do we just get a bunch of people together, and then there's maybe some bigger companies that can pay more, but in the meantime you attract a lot of traffic and people in there that maybe they're just starting out. The other question I had, or did you have a comment?
I was going to say, I really like that idea. I personally never thought of it that way, and I think that would be a really good idea.
Okay. Yeah. I really like you guys' pitch saying, hey, 250K for 25%. To me, that was kind of clear, right? Now, I haven't done the math in terms of, as an investor, if I, is that a good deal or not? Maybe Mr.
Well, they want a building. That's not enough money.
Mm-hmm.
They want a building. It's probably great money for the marketing and advertising side of their business, but not for a building. And then
is that what? Do you want to buy the building with it?
They couldn't do it with that type of investment. And then what you guys want to pay yourselves is, like some of the other teams here, way too high. You're not putting enough money into the marketing and advertising. I'm sorry, I just want to say one quick thing. So what some of the teams are doing here is they're trying to get money from the investors to pay themselves. But if you believe in the business and the business is a good model, if you put the money into the marketing and advertising so it grows the business, then you will be paid. So you kind of have some high amount you guys want to be paid here. So I don't know, I would say, because they have two really good business model ideas. Promoting and marketing companies, you know them really well if they're in your building. So then you give them a building. So they kind of have these two business types. I would probably want to invest in that advertising piece. Based on your experience building, I think they would need a little bit more experience there. Mm-hmm. With a great mentor who would be her boss. But that's just me.
One last question. I had a similar comment about the year's progression, and in one way I like that you guys had some focus. Hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. But maybe if you go to the middle one, right? You said we're gonna expand the workforce, and I think you said to focus on other aspects of the business, right? So as an investor, I was kind of curious. Oh, well, what do you mean by that, right? And if you could tell me, hey, we're gonna, what is it exactly, those other aspects, right? And basically tell me, oh, wow, this is exciting, yes. I see how that works, I could see that growth. And then a question was, we talked a lot about working from home, remote work, stuff like that. How does your space relate to that? Did you think about that?
We have. Our original idea was going to be to add like kiosks for the online businesses and for the at-home people who don't want to, go in person. They would have a separate space, but that was another
so they kind of can zoom in or
check out their landing page or website. But that was more expenses that we would have had to add to our startup costs and all these other things. So we eventually had to adopt that idea.
All right, we're all out of time. Hayden, thank you for your time.